Hey everyone, we'll give everyone a moment to file in, but today we are going to talk about setting the date and time in HubSpot. We're going to go through the workflows that we use to create this, the properties we use to create this as well. One caveat is this does require HubSpot Operations Pro. So you will need HubSpot Operations Pro to run these workflows. I'm going to let Dane jump right in and start explaining what we have all set up for this workflow in properties.
No, we're going to give people some time to flow in.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to go over that. Oh, we're already showing it. So,
Yep.
the aim here is to get where it says Tuesday, July, and then afternoon instead of like the full date where it's like 9/12 at 6:25 p.m. That is our goal, and show you guys how to do that.
So
It's fairly
to jump in real quick, one of the use cases for this would be if you're running sequences and you want the initial sequence going out to say in the email Tuesday morning or Wednesday afternoon or whatever it may be, or if you're using other workflows that will depend on the date and time, the day of the week, month, whatever it may be, this will allow you to run all of that.
Yep. And throw it in personalization, because that's always awesome when you can say, good afternoon. That's my favorite use case for it. And we can jump over to the workflow side of things now that you kind of see how it works. And it seems complicated at first, but it's actually fairly straightforward. It is simply just, so for the contact enrollment, we're just checking if they have a date or they don't have a date. And this is a scheduled trigger, so it happens 4 times a day. So we have 4 different workflows that essentially set the time to be like, hey, this is the afternoon. So, and this one is for morning. So morning starts at 4 a.m. And then we would have another one 8 hours later, that'd be 12, which is the afternoon. And then another one at 8, which is evening, so on and so forth. So you'll need 4 workflows, but they all more or less look exactly like this one, just with a minor tweak in it. So what we do is we schedule the workflow trigger every day at one of those 4 intervals. In this case, we're going for 4 a.m. Then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set today's date to the date of the step. So just presetting a date in there. Then we're going to pull today's date, which we're going to use Operations Hub here to format it. That's the very important step, is you have to have Operations Hub to format the date so it's a different date.
Operations Hub Pro.
Operations Hub Pro. And you'll see here we have percentage sign A, which if we jump over to the filters, you'll see it right here. That does the day of the week. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all that fun stuff. And so that will pull out Tuesday from today's date. Then we're going to copy the property value, aka we're going to get the string value from this format data. So it's kind of sitting there saved. Then we're going to grab it. And then we're going to copy that value that we've created here and chuck it into current day of the week. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments on the live stream and we'll help you out. But carrying onwards. So the next one on the list here is we're yet again taking today's date, breaking it down into another value. So this one is more of the same, but slightly different. So we're using percentage sign B, which if we go down here is the month, but in wording. So instead of showing like 7 or 6, it is actually going to show us January, February, December, and so on. Then we take that and we chuck that into current month of year. Now, all of these fields that we are hitting right now are custom properties. So you guys will have to make a property for today's date, current day of week, current month of year, and then current time of day. So then we take what would be July in this case, chuck it into a string, then we take that string and we put it in current month of year. So that'll say January, February, so on and so forth. And then finally, of course it's acted up on me now.
HubSpot's having some sort of outage right now.
But it's fair to say we're just setting the contact property to say morning, evening, afternoon, which is triggered by the time of day that this is scheduled to happen. So,
hey, Dane, if you refresh that, if you refresh it, it'll load.
Let's hope it refreshes today. Boop. There we go. So as you can see, we're just set property value. We're going to grab the contact, current time of day, and then we're just putting in, this is just strictly a string, so it's just text that says the word morning. And we're chucking that in current time of day. And then finally, we're making one more property that we're putting in, day plus time of day. So you have the whole string. So it'll say current time, current day of the week. So Tuesday, and then morning. So you can use that string, the day plus time of day, in an email to say, happy Tuesday morning.
So do you want to pull up a contact, and we'll show everyone what that looks like actually in a contact record?
Yep. So if I jump over here, this is what those fields look like on a contact record. So you can see here we've got Tuesday, July, and then it is currently the afternoon. And to use that in an email, let's just go back to contact record. We'll just create a quick email to myself to kind of show you that you can use those in there. So I'm just going to create email. And then we can just go into here, insert. Nope. What are you being weird today? It's got to be in a template, doesn't it?
No, you could actually use it. Yeah, it needs to be in template.
Yep, I was going to say, I can't use it there, but you could use it in a snippet that has that in it.
Yep.
If we just create...
And a snippet could say, you know, today's date.
Yep.
It'll automatically pull that in.
Sales templates.
Conversations.
Always it's a sales tool.
Always nerve-wracking being on live, especially for the first time.
It's a sales tool that they put in the conversations menu. So we'll just create one from scratch. So test, and then if we go to personalize, then we go in here, time of day. So we can use current time of day, day plus time of day, and then you'll see it right there. So we can say,
and they'll auto-populate.
It'll auto-populate. It'll always be up to date, and you guys will have a ability to say "Good Tuesday afternoon" without actually having to type it out. Especially if you're creating a sequence and you want to send out a lot of them and have it customized. And
now, there's a lot of other use cases too for date, time of day, month.
Yep. Can use it in email workflows, you know. If you want to specifically send something in the afternoon, you can look in the field and say send in the afternoon instead of like a specific time frame. And let's see here, time. Let's do evening. Just so you guys see how it works for like a different one. So this is setting it for the evening. And as you can see, this one triggers at 6 p.m. And as you can tell, exact same format. The only thing we change is current time of the day is now evening. So this will trigger every day at 6 p.m. for all of your contacts in HubSpot.
Now, Dane, do you want to just create a new workflow and show them which option you select when creating a new workflow?
Yes, indeed, we can do that. So let's create a workflow, scratch, and then we want to do a schedule.
And you'll want to run it daily.
Yep, run it daily, and then you can set your time of day here. So, like we had before, we can do like 6 p.m. And then when we hit next, you'll see here that the scheduled trigger will show up right there. And then you can set your triggers here. So, time of day. Today's date. That's today's date is known
or unknown.
Or unknown. Contact property.
This will cause it to always trigger.
Date.
Missing the S.
I am missing the S. Let's do that. There we go. When you get too specific and unknown. The other thing, too, that is very important once we get this saved is you want to turn on re-enrollment or else it will not re-trigger.
Yep.
Which
is automatically turned on.
luckily it automatically does that because it's based on a schedule trigger. But if you were building out this a different way where you only want to trigger it, maybe you just want the month instead of the day, you may want to set it up a little different. If you're only specific about that stuff. There's a million ways to redo this and do it in different ways and get specific. But this is the most effective way to have it constantly updated in the smallest amount of workflows. And if anyone has any questions how that works, feel free to let us know. But it's a fairly straightforward one.
Oh, I have myself on mute. We're streaming on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you have any comments, they all feed into our live streaming software. I'm sure people might be wondering what software you're using. We're using Ecamm Live on Mac, which allows us to do this. I can switch back and forth. So yeah, this is a really handy tool to have in your tool belt with HubSpot. And let me just check to see if we have any comments anywhere. No comments.
All right. Well,
that covers that.
That covers that. Amazing how it goes, right? Simple and straightforward.
Appreciate everyone joining. Feel free to drop a comment on this. This will be a post afterwards. So feel free to drop a comment. We'll get back to you. If anyone needs help setting this up, please feel free to reach out. Be glad to help you set this up. Again, remember, this does require Operations Hub Pro. So it's not as easy to do without Operations Hub.
And if you have any questions about HubSpot, send them our way. So maybe we'll do another live stream to answer your question or show you how to do some more fun things.
All right. Thank you, everyone. You all have a great day.